And now on Culinary Creations with Chef Jay.
Hey, how you doing? I am Chef Jay, Executive Chef of Chateau Noir, and this is Culinary Creations. Today we're going to be doing salads. It's salads all day, salads all day. Salads are great, they're healthy, they're nutritious. You can pretty much add anything you want into a salad to make it just for you. What we're going to do though, before we start talking about salads and what types of salads there are, because there's so many in this holiday season, we're going to have some salads using nuts, we're going to have some salads using pecans, we're going to have some salads using almonds, we're going to have some salads using cranberries, dried, fresh. The key before you start making your salads is what? Anybody? The dressing. Exactly right. Very good, very good. The dressing is the most important part. Because we could throw all of that stuff in there. We could take some turkey that we have left over from Thanksgiving. We could take some bacon and throw it in there. But that's not going to give our greens that wonderful taste that they need in order to just join everything. Definitely things that you need to know in order to make a really good vinaigrette. We're going to start with the vinaigrettes. A vinaigrette, most important thing. You ready? Pen and paper. 3 to 1. Okay? 3 to 1. Let me say it again. 3 to 1. 3 parts oil, whether it's olive oil, canola oil, corn oil, sesame seed oil, whatever kind of oil you have. 3, maybe not sesame seed oil. You wouldn't want to do that. That wouldn't taste very good. 3 parts of regular oil to 1 part of vinegar. Now, what does that mean? That means that the regular oil is going to be the majority of what we have in there. So you want to make sure you have a really good oil. A blended oil would be good. Some people swear by olive oils when they do vinaigrettes because that's the way it tastes the best, because you get a nice extra virgin olive oil, rich in flavor. Then when we start to talk about the vinegars are going to bring the acidity to the plate. And they're going to actually give us that balance between just having a whole lot of oil and a whole lot of sour or a whole lot of acid. The vinaigrette is going to bring in that extra flavor that we need to punch it up and give it a different level of taste. There are so many different types of vinegar out there. White wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, champagne vinegar, balsamic vinegar. Those are all going to have different flavor components that when you put your salad together, it is going to definitely determine the overwhelming flavor you're going to really want to get, especially once we finish this segment when we talk about vinaigrettes, is one of these. These you can get anywhere. And they're just regular mason jars, and they have a little lid that goes on top. Perfect. But the purpose of this mason jar is that I can take my vinaigrette and put it right in here. What's going to happen with my vinaigrette once I actually get it together? When I whisk everything together and have it in a bowl, put all my ingredients in there, after a while, just go to the refrigerator, check your oil and vinegar dressings, and you'll see they separate. So you're going to want to have a place where you can always keep your oil and vinegar that you can just shake it up, and then we're going to get started. We have our first vinaigrette that we're going to do, which is going to be a cranberry vinaigrette. It's delicious. I'm going to make my cranberry vinaigrette with a apple cider vinegar. And we're going to get to that right now. Here we have our bowl. The one thing that I did not mention, but is very important, is that we want to make sure that we do not use an aluminum bowl. Aluminum bowls with the vinegar, the acid from the vinegar could actually give you a very metallic taste. So we want to make sure we have a glass bowl to do all that. The first thing we want to do with our cranberry vinaigrette is we want to take some cranberries. Now you could use whole cranberries. You put them in a pot, you let them pop, the pectin will come out, and it'll give you a nice, very nice consistency. Add a little bit of sugar in there, and you could use that as your cranberry sauce for your dinners. And we'll go over cranberry sauce, how to make your own cranberry sauce in another segment. What we're going to do now is we're going to put our cranberries into our bowl. We're going to give it a pinch of sugar. We're going to give it some pepper. And that was a pinch of salt. That wasn't sugar. I should have tasted it. We're going to give it a 1/4 cup of sugar. Okay, this is going to be a relatively sweet. Now, what we've done is, as you can see, those cranberries are starting to break down. Okay, and all I'm using is my spoon. You don't need to get fancy, break out the food processor, unless you want to. You know, you have friends over, you want to show them your skills, whatever the case may be. So this is thinning out already just from the sugar alone that we added in there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add another level of flavor in here. It's going to give it just a little more balance. Is we're going to add in some mandarin oranges. Okay, not a lot. Just going to use a little bit of mandarin orange. Oranges in there. We have our cranberries in there. Okay, we have some sugar. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some apple cider vinegar. Okay, and remember, what's the ratio? 3 to 1. So I think that's going to be enough for what we're trying. What we could do is taste and readjust. What I want to do is I just want to get this mixed in. Okay, get that mixed in nice. And then here we go with the oil. You want it in a constant whisking motion. Get your oil and drizzle your oil in. Okay, you can do this in a food processor, you can do this in a blender, you can do this in whatever you want. I prefer a nice mix. Okay, so we've tasted our vinaigrette. Boy, do I have to say it's delicious. Take your glass vessel that you're going to keep this in, and you want to go straight. You want to go straight into your cranberry orange vinaigrette. Anytime you want to use it, just give it a quick shake, and it's ready to go.